So we'll now look at some of these key components which are defined in the definition. So computer supported, it can be clearly understood that the visualization is displayed by a computer usually on screen. There is nothing much to understand on that particular part. Now interactive. The visualization can be manipulated simply and directly in a free-flowing manner, including actions such as filtering the data and drilling down to focus on details. So the word interactive in the definition, the previous slide, is very important because you need to ensure that the visualization can be manipulated while looking at it. By manipulation, it's meant that you can slice or dice the data using filtering, drill down approach, and all this stuff. Next comes visual representation. The information is displayed in visual form using attributes such as location, length, shape, color, and size of objects. So these are very key components. So location, length, shape, color, and size of object to form a picture of data. So with data visual or with this visualization of data, you should be able to show that location, the length, shape, color, and size. So it sounds really amazing, right? That with data visualization, you would be able to explain that what's the length if you're trying to define some length, if you're trying to define the shape, means what does the shape exactly explain? What does this color explain? What does size explain? So that's with each of these attributes of data visuals will actually define some characteristics of the data that would help us to visualize or to understand the data better by identifying patterns, trends, and exceptions, which becomes really difficult to interpret when seen normally. Means if you take a look at the data in a tabular format, it becomes really difficult. So that's why it says that might not be visible otherwise. Next is abstract data, the other key point that we'll mention in the definition. So information such as quantitative data, process, or relationship is considered abstract. So by visual, you'd be able to explain such information and amplify cognition. Interacting with these visualizations explains our ability to think about information by assisting memory and representing the data in ways that our brains can easily comprehend. The end objective of data visualization is to explain or to bring the information out of the data such that our brain can understand that, okay, this data is trying to say this information, or this data is trying to convey this particular information, and data visualization helps us to understand that particular information in a better and easier format. So that's why it amplifies the cognition. So hence we need to understand that key components of data visualization is it should be interactive, it's a visual representation, abstract data, and amplify cognition. If your visual can support all these points, then it is a good visualization. If any of these points could not be adhered in one particular visual, then you need to understand that there is still scope of improvement in that with that particular visual.